What is a complementizer? A complementizer is a word that allows sentences to become objects or subjects of verbs or objects of nouns or complements of prepositions. Let's look at some examples in English. So in our first sentence, we see that I am a slow runner disappoints me. So what disappoints me? Well, it's that I am a slow runner. This is the subject of the verb disappoints. If we take out the word that, what we're left with is, I am a slow runner disappoints me. And that shouldn't sound very good to you. We need the word that to be here in order for this sentence to be the subject of this verb. We also see that it can introduce a sentence as the object of a verb. So I regret that I am a slow runner. The sentence, I am a slow runner, is what I regret. We also see the same thing going on with nouns. So you are all witnesses. Well, witnesses of what? That I am a slow runner. If we get rid of the word that, then all we're left with is you are all witnesses. I am a slow runner. That sounds like two completely different and unrelated sentences. But when we have the word that there, you are all witnesses that I am a slow runner, then everything sounds as it should. And finally, we also see that the word that can introduce sentences as the object of a preposition. So, God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. So, in the fact that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us is what shows God's love. So, this is complementizers in English. Now let's turn to Hebrew. So first I want you to see from this chart that everyone agrees that the Hebrew word key, is a complementizer. So we're looking at the past couple hundred years of research on the Hebrew word key. We have the grammars, the lexicons, and other comprehensive studies. And we have the authors listed, the names of the dictionaries. And on the left-hand side, we have all the categories that have been proposed that key means. So amongst these categories, there's only uh, one, two, three, four that are pretty much universally agreed upon. And complementizer is one of them. So what we're talking about is something that everyone agrees upon, but we're going to take a look at some examples. So first, let's look at Lamentations chapter 3, verse 27. So it is good for the man that he bears the yoke in his youth. Or the way we would prefer to say it in English is that he should bear the yoke in his youth is good for the man. So when I was translating this tov as it is good, well, you see it's just one word. It's the verb be good. And well, where's the subject of be good? It's over here. It's at the end of the sentence and it's introduced by key. So uh, a man bearing a yoke in his youth is what is good for a man. We also see it introducing objects. So Yahweh saw, what did he see? That great was the evil of man upon the earth. So this sentence, great was the evil of man upon the earth, is what Yahweh saw. We also see that he introduces objects of nouns. So Boaz said to the elders and all the people, and then we have the quotation, which is beginning about here. Witnesses are you today? Witnesses of what? That I have bought all that is Elimelech's. So the noun witnesses, adim, takes the complement clause that I have bought everything which was Elimelech's as its object. And finally, we have Deuteronomy 31, where we have a preposition that takes the complementizer key as its complement. So let's read. And he will say, on that day, is it not on that? So it's like on account of the fact that or because my gods are not in my midst, these evils have found me. So, what is the reason that these evils have found him? Well, his gods aren't with him. And this is introduced by uh, al ki, which is on account of the fact that, or uh, because my gods are not with me, these evils have found me out. So that's one of their idioms for explaining cause and effect. So we see that in Hebrew, the word ki is used as a complementizer, just as it is in English, and that helps us understand the function of the word ki in the Hebrew Bible. Its complementizer use is one of its two uses. As you saw, there's many proposed uses, but we actually don't need more than two. These two are sufficient to explain everything. And our video series will go through all 4,500 occurrences of ki to show that um, these two are sufficient for everything.